Well guys, it's summertime, and here in Western North Carolina, summertime is the season of bugs. They just drive us crazy all summer long. Well, today I'm trying out a new all-natural bug repellent, and we're going to see how that goes. Right now, I'd like to take a quick second just to say a big thank you goes out to Jamie Burleigh. He's the guy that gave this to me. He's also the guy that came up with it. I met up with him at Blade Show, and he knew just from posts that I'd made on Facebook that me and my buddy that I was with, we were camping out as opposed to, you know, spending X of hundreds of dollars on a hotel room. So he knew for the 4 days that we were there, we're going to be hanging out in the Georgia mountains, you know, with the bugs, humidity, the whole 9 yards. And so he went ahead and gifted us this. So, Jamie, thank you very much, man. All right, guys. Well, like I said, it's a new all-natural product. Just to point this out real quick, it's from the same guys that brought you Burleigh Balm. This review, video, test, whatever you want to call this is not about this, but it's from the same folks, just to provide a bit of familiarity with the people who are putting this bug repellent out. That Burleigh Balm, I will take this time to go ahead and suggest you guys check that out. The link will be in the description. Just the quick snippet is, one of my daughters had cradle caps and she was born. We tried prescription ointments and stuff like that, and nothing would fix it. Burleigh Balm nailed it in about 5 days. So anyway, check that out, guys. But back to the subject of the video. This is a new all-natural bug repellent, like I said, from the same guys that brought you Burleigh Balm. It is basically, if I can get this to focus, come on baby, there we go. It is just 4 oils. It's sunflower oil, peppermint oil, citronella oil, and rosemary oil. It doesn't smell chemically at all because it's not. Now, I've been researching for a while about all-natural bug repellents because, quite frankly, DEET, which is basically the gold standard out there, the gold standard chemical in commercially produced bug repellents, you know, it is my personal opinion that anything will melt plastic, make my lips go numb, and burn my eyes like they're on fire is probably not good for me, and especially not good for my kids. Now, I've done research on, all-natural bug repellents, and quite frankly, I couldn't find any that worked or that I didn't really feel comfortable putting on my kids. Prime example, what Nesmic put in his book contained pennyroyal, which is it's a offshoot of a mint plant, I believe. But you know, pennyroyal for I don't know how many hundreds or thousands of years has been used to induce abortions. You know, I've got 2 growing daughters, and you know, I don't want to slather something on my kids' skin that's going to potentially affect them on a hormonal level. All right, onto the usage. Well, I've been using this stuff for about a week, and so far, well, you know what, hang on. I'm not going to say anything until the end of the video, concluding thoughts. But anyway, I've been using it just, you know, typical life stuff, cutting grass, working in the yard, taking the garbage out, you know, going on walks with my family, you know, stuff like that, but nothing too intense. So today, what I'm going to do, as you can see behind me, is just your typical Western North Carolina woods, which is probably similar to a lot of other places, but here I'm standing on a runoff ridge. Basically, all the rain that happens up that way runs down. It chooses, for whatever reason, likes to run down about right where I'm standing, which means underneath this canopy here, where it's nice and moist all the time, mosquitoes love to hang out. In fact, I'm getting eaten alive right now. So, what I'm going to do today is I'm going to hang my hammock up. I've got some other stuff to do, but I'm going to hang out my hammock for a little while and just sit still. You know, no beating bugs off me, nothing like that. Let's see in an extended sit still period how this stuff works. All right, guys, this stuff goes a long way. Let's put this down so I can show you. There we go. 2 or 3 applications of that, and you're pretty much covered. And this is oil-based, so it is going to leave a film for a little while, but I have noticed that after about 30 or 45 minutes, the greasy kind of goes away. There's still a little bit of a film. Probably have enough on my hands to get my face. Now, one thing you should know is that when you're getting it around your eyes, mucous membranes, which I personally don't mind it, it did kind of freak my kids out a little bit. Think of it kind of like putting Vicks Vapor Rub on. It just has that cooling, mentholy type sensation, I guess. All right. If that don't work, it's not gonna. I'm covered. Excuse me. All right. There we go. I can see you. Howdy. Anyway, After I got back, I honestly forgot that I had it in my bag. I was working out in the yard, I was getting eaten up pretty good, maybe a dozen bites over my arms. But it dawned on me that I had it, so I ran inside, grabbed it, and put it on. And it was one thing that was a new experience to me about it was that it actually soothes whatever bites you already have. Give it 5 or 10 minutes, and they're basically gone. I mean, you can still see a little bit of a lump, but I mean, as far as the irritation, it's gone. All right, enough of me rambling, guys. I'm going to go ahead and get my hammock set up, and we'll see how bad I get eaten alive. Alright guys, sorry for the shoddy camera work here, but I'm in a hammock. Anyway, bringing you guys inside the hammock so hopefully you can see what I can see. I've been in here for probably 45 minutes or so. See if I can't slow us down here. I've gotten one bite on my arm, I think. It may have been there before. Hopefully, as I settle back in, these guys will start doing what they were doing before. They're coming in inside the hammock here. You can see them hanging around down here. Just all over the place. And they're showing interest, basically my body where I have clothes on that I did not apply the BugShot. Let me hold my arm real still here. Well, there we go. We got one. He's feasting on me. Get off me. But anyway, so that would make 2 bites, I think. One is maybe, one is definite. But anyway, like I said, for about 45 minutes, and so far it's working pretty darn good. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here, and we'll get on to some final thoughts. Alright guys, just 2 quick things I want to show you before we get into the final thoughts of this. I was thinking about this before I started filming this video of some possible alternative uses to this stuff, which would contribute to how beneficial it is to carry in the woods. Because this is oil-based, more than likely, I'm not going to use much because I don't want to waste it, to be honest with you. Be a nice flame extender here. Normally, if I really needed a fire, I'd add quite a bit more to that, but I think this will prove the point. Well, I don't see any point in belaboring the point. As you can see, this definitely has a much longer burn time than a regular cotton ball. One other alternative use that came to mind, if you happen to carry a whetstone with you in the woods or wherever, you could use this because, again, it is oil-based. You could use this as an alternative to honing oil. Again, you know, it seems kind of like a waste of a good product to me to do that, but at the same point in time, if you're trying to pack light, realistically speaking, if you're using it as honing oil, you're not going to use much at all. Alright guys, it's time for some final thoughts on the BugShot here. Again, it's from Jamie Burleigh, same guy that puts out Burleigh Balm. I'll put all relevant links in the description. My thoughts. Well, first, before I get into thoughts, how about let's go into my experiences with it. Like I've mentioned, I've used it for pretty much a week now, give or take. My experiences with it overall have been fantastic. It's really hard to put a comparative value or comparison against commercial products, you know, that utilize DEET. As far as I know, most of them do that. Let's see if I can describe this. All right, if I had absolutely 0 bug bites using this stuff up until today. Now, the difference between today and those days that comes right to mind, at least the obvious differences, you know, I was up and around, I was moving, I was cutting grass, I was going on walks with my kids, you know, I wasn't really sitting still. I will go ahead and say here that it seems to need to be reapplied every 4 or 5 hours, depending on your activity level. But at the same point in time, another cool aspect of this is after, if your sweat dries and it doesn't seem like, that film's there anymore, take a damp washcloth or something like that. It's just barely damp and kind of rub your skin, and it seems to reactivate it. At least it reactivates the smell, so I would assume that it would reactivate the repellent nature of it too. And today, as you saw, I did receive one mosquito bite. Maybe that's an anomaly. I had obviously put the BugShot there. I mean, you guys saw I rubbed it all over my forearms and, up under my sleeves and all over my head, stuff like that. By and large today, as I was just laying still in the hammock for about 45 minutes, the only parts of me they seemed interested in were my ears and, mosquito buzzing in your ear, but they immediately, let's get the heck out of Dodge type of thing. And I did apply it in my ears, for the record. And it also seemed interested in my clothes. They'd land on my clothes and eventually fly off. I feel like if you were to, use this as a whole body lotion, they probably wouldn't even be interested in that. Does it work as good as DEET and other commercial products? Overall, I would say almost. It's hard to come up with a comparative value or direct comparison where I can say it's 90% as good. Everybody's situation is different. Every day is different with the amount of mosquitoes out there. You smell different on a daily basis, so it's just there's too many variables. Anyway, guys, I suggest you try it. And what more value can I put to this review as far as whether I approve or not than just to say that I'm personally switching to this. I'm going to switch to it with my kids and me personally, my wife. It seems a healthier, better option overall. All right, guys. Well, thank you very much for joining me today. I've had a lot of fun. If you enjoyed the video or found it helpful, would you go ahead and hit that thumbs up button? That helps me out a lot. Go ahead and hit up the comment section below. Start a discussion. Ask some questions. I really enjoy the feedback. I enjoy the discussions that get started after these. It's a lot of fun. If you guys want to keep track of what the channel's doing, go ahead and hit that subscribe button as well. Guys, thanks for joining me again, and have a good one.